Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk. Racist bastard. Racist bastard. Piss on your ashes. Piss on your ashes. Spit on your grave. Spit on your grave. I'll never be a slave. I'll never be a slave.
The illusion of civility has shattered, revealing the raw, unvarnished truth of our fractured existence. The brutal public execution of Charlie Kirk, a father torn from his children, wasn't just a tragedy, it was a stark, horrifying declaration. And the response? A chilling testament to the predatory opportunism of groups like Black Lives Matter, an organization that has long shed any pretense of protest to embrace outright destruction and a perverse celebration of death. These are not activists, they are opportunists, devoid of genuine cause, indifferent to America's future or their own children's prospects. Their agenda is chaos, smashing windows, throwing tantrums, and stealing with impunity. It's why certain sections of stores are always locked for a specific demographic, while others remain open, a grim reality that paints a picture of a segment of society perpetually locked in a cycle of grievance and destruction. This isn't about some blacks, it's about the consistent pattern, a stereotype that becomes harder to deny with each passing outrage. When chants mock a dead man, screaming F***Kirk, racist bastard, we piss on his ashes, it's not an optical misstep, it's a deliberate act of aggression that exposes the true nature of the enemy. For too long, white Americans have endured a relentless onslaught, trampled, assaulted, murdered, and abused, all while being told to stand down, to understand, to empathize. But the tide is turning. The constant barrage of these incidents, escalating with each passing day, is finally forcing people to band together. A nascent white unity is emerging, a necessary tribalism in a world where everyone else plays by those rules. We've been conditioned to believe that banding together, being loyal to our own, is racist, illegal, or KKK. Those labels are losing their power. In 2025, being called racist is an anachronism, a hollow insult flung by those desperate to maintain control. Charlie Kirk, a mainstream vanilla conservative, a Christian man who simply advocated for black fathers to stay in their homes and for black communities to address their internal issues, was demonized and murdered. His advice, seemingly benign, was twisted into extremism because these people don't want solutions. They crave hatred, a reflection of their own festering resentment. My granddad, a man of profound insight, once laid out the stark differences, the crucial distinctions between different peoples. He spoke of the necessity of recognizing your own kind and understanding that others, while not necessarily to be hated, are not your kin and cannot be trusted. His words, once dismissed as racist, are now ringing with total vindication. He warned that in any conflict, any falling out, given the opportunity to screw you over, they will take it. This isn't about malice, it's about self-preservation. It's time for white people to tribe up to acknowledge this fundamental truth. The horrific story of Arena, the young white girl stabbed on a light rail for simply existing, for sitting in front of a man who calmly pulled a knife and murdered her, is a chilling testament to this reality. He claimed she called him a slur, a lie easily disproven by surveillance footage. Yet the media, particularly outlets like CNN, immediately pivoted to a narrative of hurt people, offering boundless empathy for the black perpetrator. Where was that same boundless empathy for Derek Chauvin, framed and rotting in prison for doing his job when a perpetrator died of an overdose? The double standard is a gaping wound, revealing a deep-seated contempt for white lives. Everyone has been hurt, everyone has trauma, everyone has experienced betrayal in dark times. But the vast majority of humanity doesn't respond by stabbing an innocent girl in the throat. To claim hurt people as an excuse for cold-blooded murder is a grotesque abdication of responsibility, a moral rot that seeks to justify the unjustifiable. And the black bystanders who watched her bleed out, offering no aid until a white man finally intervened, underscore the chilling indifference, the tacit approval of such violence against white victims. They show boundless compassion for the black perp, yet when Charlie Kirk dies, they are in the streets celebrating. You can bend over backward, donate your life savings, give them your home, your family, your very existence, and they will still hate you. The reality of life in America for white people is now akin to riding a motorcycle. You can be the most careful, law-abiding driver, but you are at constant risk of being killed by someone else's negligence or deliberate malice. We walk through a war zone, surrounded by landmines. It has nothing to do with your behavior, your character, or who you are. It has everything to do with their deeply seated resentment and hatred for you. Avoid these areas. Avoid these people. Never turn your back on them. Never sit somewhere you can't clock them, where you don't have a clear view of the exit. The arena situation is a perfect example of someone doing absolutely nothing and receiving the worst retribution for simply existing. It's not about avoiding fights, it's about avoiding them entirely. Carry protection. Watch your children around them. Be aware of your surroundings, especially if you are an easy target like a woman or an elderly person. We need more Daniel Pennies in this country, people who will step up and do the right thing even when others are paralyzed by fear. If you see a fellow white person being attacked, you step in and help. Because you can bet your last dollar that if a black person saw another black person in trouble, their brothers would jump in. We cannot win them over. We can only band together, protect ourselves, and remain hyper-aware. Around blacks, never relax. That is the truth.